morning, everyone. Glad you joined us today on Keeping Our Kids Safe, our video series, which is Kids Helping Kids. The premise behind that is we're all kids at heart. When we were little, we always used to help our friends and do things with our friends and watch out for them. And really, as you grow up, that's exactly what you need to do when you're an adult. You need to be protecting your friends and your family, but really looking out for your kids and teaching those principles and values to your kids as well, so that they do the same thing that you did in helping others around them. So today's topic is, it's Wednesday, so today's topic is trending with teens. What this is it's just a simple idea of what's hot right now, what teens are doing, what teens are looking for. It could be on social sites, it could be something that they're doing in school, something that trended. I'll give you a good example. Something that trended a few years ago were the Live Strong wristbands, and so that took off and it became a huge business. There was millions of different ideas that they put down on these wristbands, so very cool. That was a trend at one time. It's still quite a trend. They have different versions of it. My kids do it. They buy little packets of these wristbands and put them on, and there's some dark sides of that, so we won't get into that today. But what I wanted to talk to you a little bit about is the trend that a lot of parents don't really want to talk about, they don't want to think about, especially me, even though I do this research every single day on the safeties and the security problems of the internet, is having something really bad happen to your teen, and especially with it being somebody that maybe either kidnaps them, asks them to come to a private place and your kids go. It's the ultimate, other than being kidnapped, I think it's the ultimate thing that can happen to a child, because as a parent you really don't have any control over what happens once that happens. All you can do is just try and do your best, work with law enforcement. And last month there was this really sad story about a teen that had that happen. She'd been talking with him online, and she had used her Twitter account, and she'd even told her friends that she had a stalker following her. More probably kind of like a joke back and forth between their friends, because they would say stalker in the sense that this guy was just trying to check him out or do whatever. But it ended up being really truly a stalker, and unbeknownst to the teenager at the time, she either agreed to meet with him, or the circumstances of all of that. It's on a website, and I'm going to make sure that I put that post up on keepingourkidssafe.co. It will be a brand new post. It'll go up in a couple of days talking about this particular article, so you can check that out. Make sure you remember it's not .com, it's .co. It's our company website, and I'll have that specialty article up there about what happened to this young girl. And really basically it's stranger danger. When we talked to Nancy McBride a few years ago for the National Missing and Exploited Children, her organization that she works with, she talked about that she's the one that coined that phrase, stranger danger, and she wished she hadn't, because pretty much 95 to 99% of the people who have problems like this, they know their abductors. They are either a close family member, they are their family, they're someone that they know at school or from the playgrounds, and it very seldom is somebody that just walks up and is a stranger like it was 30, 35, 40 years ago. But that still happens, and that's why you need to be careful. When I wrote a book, gosh, it's been at least almost 5 years now, called Don't Take Candy from Strangers, and that premise on that book is that the candy is your child's or teen's personal information. Once that predator or pedophile gets a hold of that information, they can do anything they want to at that point, and they're going to lure your kids, even with your best defenses. If you're not paying attention and watching what's happening with your kids, especially online, using the security tools that are made available in today's world that you can use, especially for younger teens, you need to implement those, make a strategy about it, let your kids know that you're checking their online accounts, because you never know when somebody's going to slip in there like this young lady found out. And it had dire consequences. They did find her dead, and the parents were just distraught, and the whole community was upset. Bottom line, it happened by running information through some social accounts. So we need to really be safe and really understand that when kids are trending, they're either excited about it or something that their friends are doing. And make sure your kids are old enough to participate in those. Facebook and most of the social networks out there will not allow a young person under the age of 13 to actually even get an account. But I even know in my own neighborhood right here where I live, I've seen the kids' accounts and they're 8, 9, 10, 11. So either their parents had to lie or they lied. And and I won't let my daughter have hers until she's 13. And she's been really good about that. And even for a father, I'm like, I would love to have you just wait until you're 16 or 18, because the amount of temptation that's on there to go and search and do things, and the amount of people that are out there trying to look for young innocent people, it's just too much of a risk to let your kids just be freewheeling it on any social network, especially one that caters to anywhere from 500 million to almost 1 billion people now, and it'll eventually reach that where it's 1 billion plus. You need to know that 1 or 2% of those people on that social site is not going to be the person that you want talking to your child. So anyway, dire consequences in this. We have some measures that you can take. We have a brand new, just launched it a few weeks ago, a mini guide that you can get on our website, keepingourkidssafe.co. It's in the upper right hand corner on the specialty articles page. It's easy. You just go in there and you have a little piece of information that you work in. You just click that button. We don't require you to do an email address. You just click that button, you get your download, and it's a very, very good book. It talks about some of the safeties with cell phones and mobile devices and things like that from a parent's perspective. So I think you're really going to enjoy that. So hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. We will be back on tomorrow, Thursday. And Thursday we'll be talking about Think It Won't Happen to You topics. We'll have a 13-week series starting with cyberbullying. So I'm looking forward to that. Join us tomorrow. And as always, be safe online and keep your kids safe. I appreciate your time, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye now.